Learning to take care of the bodies we've been given is a form of honoring God. And today we are doing just that by deep conditioning our hair, kind of like Queen Esther's oil treatments. We are infusing ancient herbs and butters. And so I went to the garden and harvested some fresh lemon balm and dried lavender buds. These ingredients will help your hair grow, keep it nourished and healthy. And while this is true that these ingredients have been scientifically proven to help with hair growth, you have to remember that eating healthy, maintaining a healthy, lifestyle like exercising will also contribute to that, not forgetting genetics. As for the other ingredients, we've got coconut oil, luxurious cocoa butter, and this butter that I can't pronounce, is it kokum? Kokum butter, we call it that. And of course, batana oil, we can't forget that, castor oil, rose marrow, and lavender essential oil. So when you're using fresh lemon balm leaves, just use them as whole, don't chop them. Now that we've got our butters ready, we are just going to melt them using double boiler, and do not cover it with a lid because we do not want water getting in there. Make sure that the heat is very low, it's not high to make it boil. It needs just to melt slowly. Add your fresh lemon balm leaves and your dried lavender into the melting butter. Your kitchen is going to smell so good, you're probably going to take a nap because you're going to feel so relaxed. Let it brew for about 15 to 20 minutes. And now, allow me to pause just for a second and reflect on John's words, Apostle John, which says, "My brethren, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health just as your soul prospers." Once it's done, turn off the heat and let it settle for a few minutes just to cool down a little bit. Strain it using a cheesecloth and let it cool completely before adding the oils. After it's cooled down, add in your oils. I purposely left the oils for the last because they are cold pressed and I wanted to preserve all their goodness. Let's transfer the product into a jar and let it set. Because it's very hot, I am going to place it in the fridge to chill. Use it for the oil treatment when it's on its melted state. And for the butter, you can use it on your scalp, on your hair, and your skin. Essential oils can be very strong, so I only use 3 drops, especially because I use it on the children. I did straighten my girl's hair just to see how much I needed to trim and also see if there was any breakage, and there is a lot of breakage. You cannot see it when the hair is on its curly state. Tell me, how much should I cut on this hair? Creating these creams and butters is actually one of my hobbies and I've always done that. Besides that, I also love traveling and I'm going to use some of my pictures and footage that I've taken on my travels to talk about the book of Nehemiah. I love all the Bible books. After all, it's God's inspired. I do, however, love the Old Testament and I love it so much that I actually sleep to it, okay? It's like a lullaby. I put audio Bible and I listen to it as I go to sleep. And now I'm in the book of Nehemiah, so let's talk about it. Now, I consider myself quite blessed to have traveled a few places and actually lived in those places. You can call me a modern nomad. When I read the Bible, I have this movie in my head, kind of like I'm watching the action happen. I don't know if it's just me, is it weird? But I always have that. I have a picture of how Moses parted the sea, Nehemiah building the wall, Tobiah making fun of him. I have it all in my head, like a movie. When I was looking back at these amazing pictures, I couldn't help but wonder at how much details goes into building something grand like this. It made me think of Nehemiah. He had this massive grand vision to rebuild a whole city. He had to leave the comfort of the king's palace and travel a long, grueling distance through rough mountains terrains to reach the broken city of Jerusalem. I picture him with his camels and donkeys here. Have you ever looked back at a mountain that was so huge you never thought you could climb it? I can think of a few. Maybe you were in a better place like Nehemiah, serving the king wine, and next minute you're traveling through deserts and seas or even mountains to go back to the beginning and start all over. I think if not all, most of us can relate. We still do it because we feel fulfilled even when it might not seem big to anyone else. And perhaps you have people like Tobiah and his fellas mocking your dreams. Tobiah and his clan was a huge mountain. I think we have all been there. But then we press on. And whether we ask God for help or not, He was behind the scenes watching over us. Since I create movies in my head, I imagine the wall beginning to rise and Mr. Sanballat and Tobiah standing at the very bottom of the valley mocking the bricks. Nehemiah decides to give them the bombastic side eye and bites his bottom lip, as we say back at home, and just ignores them and stands firmly on his ground and builds a wall until it's complete. We all give our son Balat and Tobiah a bombastic side eye and ignore them and continue building. Just ignore these fools. Since we are all here until our Lord Jesus Christ comes to rescue us, when the unexpected challenges of life hit us all at once, our peace of mind, our confidence, and our daily focus can feel like the world is collapsing into a big heap of mess. I encourage us with the book of Joshua 1:9. It says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." It's funny how looking at old pictures can completely shift your perspective. Those journeys remind me that no matter how massive the mountain looks in front of us, the God who designs the universe has already mapped out our steps. He is the God of restoration. Nehemiah didn't just rebuild a wall for the sake of building it, he did it to protect and restore his community. That's exactly what clicked for me when I was working on my daughters here today. What a blessing it has been to spend Sunday morning with you all. I truly hope this reflection on Nehemiah encourages your heart as you face your own mountains this week. Like I mentioned in this video, I love making these deeply moisturizing whipped hair body creams as gifts for my loved ones using cloves, lavender, rosemary, and other herbs. If you want a full step-by-step video showing you exactly how I make these whipped creams butters from scratch, comment restoration below so I know. Let's keep each other lifted in prayers this week. God bless you.